Greetings, parents, scholars, and community viewers. I am Mr. Tidmore, Principal, Harvey Rice Wraparound School. In a few moments, you're going to hear from some local leaders that we've identified as movers and shakers in our community. Some of which are not only just residents of the community, but they have also made the commitment and investment to make our community great. It is my hope after hearing their inspiring words that you too may be motivated to be a difference maker or contribute to the change that is needed to make our community great. I do hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Yes, my name is John Twyman. I'm the pastor of the Blessed Hope Missionary Baptist Church, president of Association of NOABM, and I just come to speak on behalf to our young people that it's essential that they learn to love learning and to go to school and get the very best grades that they can possibly get. It's difficult to live in this time that we're in, and if you don't have an education, you're going to struggle throughout life. So you want to get the very best education you can get. You want to learn how to be obedient to the teachers and follow directions and instructions. They've already got their degrees and they're doing well. If you wish to do well, you need to follow their examples. And I just look forward to our kids growing up and stop thinking it's all about wearing long hair and earrings and all of those things that we really don't need, and focus on doing some things that's going to be positive in our life so that we can be a blessing to the world and be a blessing to our own lives, by taking care of ourselves. Stay out of trouble, stay out the gangs, stay out of drinking and getting high and all the things that we don't need. Just follow good examples, make good friends, and God will bless your life on this side of the journey. Amen.
Hi, I'm Councilman Blaine A. Griffin, Councilman for the Ward 6 area of the city of Cleveland. I'm proud to speak to you today for Black History Month because as an African-American male who has reached the level of being one of 17 representatives in the city of Cleveland, being the third-ranked council person as the majority whip for an all-Democratic Cleveland City Council, and chair of the Public Safety Committee, which oversees fire, EMS, police, and the dog kennels. I think it's important for people like myself to tell you that you can make Black history by just doing your simple things as making sure you focus on your education, focus on your citizenship, and focus on what you want your future to be. A lot of times, a lot of people ask me, did I always want to be a council person? I never thought that I would end up in this position, being a young person, growing up in the inner city, very similar to Cleveland in Youngstown, Ohio. So I'd encourage you to stay focused, get an education. Education is not just about getting great A's and B's. I tell everybody all the time, education is also about enlightenment, making sure that you become a critical thinker, being able to deal with complex and vexing issues that you'll eventually deal with in our society. You're the future Black history of Cleveland. I've been fortunate to deal with people like Frank G. Jackson, Stephanie Tubbs Jones, Marsha Fudge, Arnold Pinckney, and several other luminaries, Louis Stokes and others that really have helped guide me. I want to make sure that I give you the same kind of inspiration to make sure that you recognize that you can make Black history too. My Black history is just being of service every day doing something that is a good deed, doing something that makes life and the quality of life better for the people in the Buckeye Shaker and Woodland Hills community, as well as the Fairfax and Union Mounds community. So I love Black History Month. Those who know their past will definitely do better in their future. Some people say if you don't know your past, you're doomed to repeat the failures of the past. But you have a rich legacy to stay upon. I want to commend your principal, Jason Tidmore, who's a proud African-American trailblazer in his own right, as well as all of your faculty and staff here at Harvey Rice for dealing with something that, if nothing else, you'll always remember that you were able to get an education through one of the pandemics, something that we've never seen in our lifetime, which gives you a special place in history of how you were able to persevere and do special things amongst a dark light. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you for making Black history yourself.
Hello, my name is Dawn Mays, and I am the Director of Community Planning and Engagement for the Buckeye neighborhood. I currently work at Burton Bell Car Development Corporation. We are the neighborhood quarterback that assists with bringing development to the neighborhood, such as the Buckeye Road refresh with the redevelopment of Buckeye Road, as well as the redevelopment of Woodhill Estates. And some great advice that I've received for scholars is that never be afraid to be yourself. You know, as a very intelligent young girl growing up, it was very difficult for me to be able to fit in with everyone. So I would encourage you to stand out and be your best self every single day.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pastor Ian F. Cox. I'm the pastor of Holy Grove Missionary Baptist Church, 2844 East 130th Street. I'm also a member of a few organizations in this city, Buckeye Clergy Collaborative. I'm also a member as a board member on the East 130th Street Working Group. And I'm also a member of the Northeastern Ohio Association of Baptist Ministers right here in your city. We thank you so much. I thank you so much personally for selecting me for this great honor. And I encourage each and every one of you young people to continue to work hard. When you work hard, it does yield great results. And I encourage you to keep on working hard. It's always good that if you reach for the stars, you'll still fall amongst the clouds. So we thank you, and you all have a great day. God bless.
What's up? My name is Julian, lifelong resident of the Buckeye neighborhood, first and foremost, working with neighborhood connections and building, fueling people power throughout this neighborhood, extending grants and helping to build community and support community in every way imaginable. You know, when I think about what the future holds for any young person that's ascending to be their best self, I always think about the fork in the road that we're inevitably met with. And all of us have to choose the path of perseverance, right? Regardless of where we go in that fork in the road, we have to remember why we are on this road, and the path is made by walking. So just continue to keep going regardless of how hard it gets. You do it.
Hi, I'm Kashandra, founder of Literacy in the Hood and co-founder of Boys Do Read, an organization my son decided to start when he was just 7 years old because he realized boys need to have a little bit more encouragement when it comes to reading so that they can help with those test scores. Well, we also realized that was in the inner city, it was nothing to encourage a reader. There was nothing to make a child become a stronger reader. So Literacy in the Hood provided a lane where parents, children, and caregivers can have access to free books. What we also realized was that there was a reading desert, a literacy desert. Why was it that only the library, which you got to take those books back, but how could children in their homes get free books? Also understanding the statistics. Our statistics here in Cleveland say 2 out of 3 children don't have any books at home, period. So we wanted to make sure that we created that avenue where parents, children, and caregivers can have access to free books. Also understanding reading 15 to 20 minutes a day, it will change the scope of your life, not only as a child, but as an adult. By the end of the school year, you'll be knowing 1,800,000 new words. Yes, that's right, do the math. 20 minutes a day, 365 days a year. Do the math and come up with that 1 million number. It also, no matter if you're an adult, no matter if you're a child, it increases your vocabulary. It helps you with your reading level. It increases when you're trying to do testing and your testing scores because you're understanding those words that's on the page and you're understanding what you're reading. I don't know if you're aware, but 66% of Clevelanders function illiterate. And do you know if they begin to read 20 minutes a day, we can combat that number together?
Hello, scholars of Harvey Rice Elementary School. My name is Tim Tramble, and I am the president and CEO of the St. Luke's Foundation. Our work consists of supporting and funding organizations that deal with the social, the economic, and the environmental factors that lead to good health. I want to encourage you to stay in school, do your work, listen to your teacher, because you are great. You are extraordinary. You are exceptional. And your greatness may not be to be the next LeBron James. It may not be next Barack Obama, but there is something in you that God has blessed you with at birth. And your principal, Mr. Tidmore, and all of the faculty around you are here to help you nurture your growth to find that greatness and to make it its full potential. So thank you very much, and really happy that you guys are doing this and wishing you the best. Tap into your greatness.
I'm Donald Black Jr. I'm a photographer, artist, muralist. I don't know, people probably got all kinds of ways of describing all the different stuff that I do. My relationship to this neighborhood, primarily Buckeye Woodland, when my mom, originally when my mom moved out of the projects, we moved behind the fish market on Woodland. And then my cousins and my aunts, everybody lived off of Woodland until everybody kept, moving on up. So I got a youth personal connection with this neighborhood, specifically this block, being a kid walking through here before it was a school here, before it was a library here. So for me as an artist in the neighborhood, in the community, I'm in the Mount Pleasant neighborhood where I live, off of Councilman. I don't know, I just feel like people like me, creative people who get branded as having talent or special or unique in whatever kind of way, I feel like we get extracted from the neighborhoods. So it's very important for me to be not just in the neighborhood, but visible to the young people in the neighborhood. I got a couple murals on the library. That's very, very, very specific, very, very strategic. I deal with a lot of art organizations that are predominantly white. I took a lot of damage to get those murals on the wall. And the motivation, literally, is the young people who will see it when they come out of the school. They don't necessarily need to know what, somebody like me would have to go through to get the images on the wall. But for me, it's well worth it when I'm able to come in and be asked to teach some of the young people who experience some of my work in the neighborhoods and to listen to them have conversations about what the images of Black children are doing for their perceptions, what they see, what they think, how they feel, what their imagination does when they're looking at it. And if I had some advice for the young people at Harvey Rice, my number one, maybe my top 2-3 suggestions is one, the environment is set up for you, whether you're experiencing it in a positive or a negative way. But if you can figure out how to get the information, how to see what the person in front of you, whether it's a teacher or another student, is actually saying, I think that's one of the most beneficial things that you can do. If you can imagine that the people who are in charge know some things about you and your reality and your circumstance that you don't quite yet understand, it'll just be very, very helpful if you could imagine that you agreed with them, long enough to be able to figure some of these other challenges out that might start to come up as you get older.
Hi, my name is Denise Horton, and aka Miss Horton. And right now I work for the Centers for Family and Children. I am the Director of Family and Community Engagement, and I help to shepherd and collaborate working with families, over about 400. I started this program at Harvey Rice, the Wraparound program, in collaboration with some community partners, school leadership, families, and of course youth students. And if I had any word to say this year, I would say take good care of yourself. One of the things that we don't normally talk about for the youth is mental and physical health. And I know it's been challenging at this point in time with everybody, with COVID, you not being able to see your friends in person like you normally do. But there's a couple of things that you can do. Get good rest, eat a well-balanced meal, and if you feel some type of stress or anxiety, don't hesitate to reach out to a trusted adult. That person could be a counselor, someone in your family, your school, your principal, your teacher, and know that it's someone who cares about how your overall well-being, about your overall well-being, and how important that is for your success. I love you. I will continue to love you, and I support everything you do positively. So have a wonderful year this year, and we're rooting for you in the community, and I'm rooting for you.
Good day. My name is Lester Holmes, and I'm the president of the Delta Alpha Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Now, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was founded back in December 4th, 1906. That's a long time ago, but we're still here today, and we're right here in Cleveland. In fact, we're right here in this neighborhood of Buckeye Shaker. Our building is right down the street. Some of the things we do here is that we contributed to the toy drive that you had here over Christmas. So that was definitely our pleasure to give you guys some presents, because you definitely deserve it. Other things we do is we have food drives, clothing drives, and things of that nature just to help people out, especially during these times when everything's going a little bit haywire due to COVID-19. So boys and girls, I'm just here today to encourage you to do your best in school. Make sure you listen to your teachers, because everyone in here, everyone in this building cares about you and wants you to be the best person that you can be. Make sure you listen to your parents and be respectful at home. Do a little bit to help out at the house too. Clean your room, brush your teeth, do what your mom and dad asked you to do. And hopefully, one day when you get older, guys, you can come see me about being an alpha. Until then, take care, hit the books hard, and enjoy life.